What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Realms of Metal. Eddie here, back with you from my happy place, my metal room here in the woods in PA, the happiest place on earth. Hope you all had a good Christmas. Hope Santa treated you well. Today we're gonna do my December pickups, all my vinyl pickups, new releases, reissues, represses, oddballs I grabbed in the month of December. My wife got me a bunch of vinyls. It's really all I asked for, was like vinyl records and stuff. And she got me the shirt, pretty awesome. uh she got me this fucking killer Cthulhu figure, SD Toys. It's got the wings that pop out and everything. Really nice figure. I don't think I'm going to take him out of the box, man. I just don't want to, just the packaging is awesome on this. My daughter got me this. It's a Godzilla Squishmallow, soft as fuck, pretty cool. Hail Godzilla. So let's get into it. Before that, I just want to give a couple of shout outs to a couple other channels. I feel blessed to be part of this community here. Like, all these channels support each other, and it's really cool to be a part of that. So shout out to Underground Music Studio Horson's DK. He's a guy, he does like metal guitar lessons, and he goes on, he plays these riffs, and like he keeps bringing the riffs. And great channel. Check him out. I'm going to link it below. Another channel like that is Trevor Minnick. They call him the Land of the Shred Beard. He's another guy who goes on there and fucking jams out these killer riffs. Like, I like to listen to that stuff when I'm compiling my videos. Like, those two channels, like, just kill it for me. Super talented guys, man. Keep those riffs coming. Shout out to Barry and Rich, the silent producer from That Goat Metal Show, one of my favorite channels here. Great dudes, very supportive. Killer channel, killer guys, man. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to George at George G's Room of Rock. Another great channel, man. Check him out. He does some great stuff. My buddy Mark Aruda from Metal Never Dies. Another killer channel. I just did a video yesterday with Shane from Vulgar Display Gaming. We talked about some horror movies. That was super fun. We're gonna do that again. His channel is fun as hell. He incorporates heavy metal, video games, horror, all that stuff. Killer guy, man. We hit it off, and thanks for your support, Shane. I really appreciate it. So check out his channel. I'm going to link that below. Shout out to Nate at Malevolent Records. Happy New Year, buddy. Great channel. He runs Malevolent Records. Check that out. I'm going to link his stuff below. So that said, let's get at it. This is not everything I picked up in the month of December, but most of the stuff. So let's get at it here. Reissue, King Diamond, No Presents for Christmas. The original was 1985 on Roadrunner. This is a 2023 reissue on Metal Blade, Black and White Melt. Everybody knows I'm a huge King Diamond Merciful Fate fan, and I usually try to collect everything I can get my hands on of him. So really sharp, right? Black and White Melt. And this actually was released before Fatal Portrait, this single. Super classic King Diamond. What else do we get? We got Queensryche's Empire. I finally got this on vinyl. It's a record, I've had since I was a kid. The original came out in 1990 on EMI, and this was the record that followed, I think, one of the best metal records of all time, which was Operation Mindcrime, right? So to follow that record is fucking tough. Like, it's but I think it was solid. Look, they went a little bit more commercial with this, yes, but I think that was kind of the direction they were going. They blew up with Operation Mindcrime, and I just think the songs on this record are good. So you had the Queensryche EP from 1983, 84 you had The Warning, 86 Rage for Order, 88 Operation Mindcrime. This was 1990. And this is the 2017 reissue on Back on Black. It's a gatefold, it's a double vinyl, and it's clear. Really cool. Funny story on this, right? I think I was a freshman in high school, And we had a group of metalheads, and we were in science class, and there was this teacher. His name was Mr. Mason. I'll never forget him. He was a cool as fuck teacher, kind of nerdy guy, right? And he would watch the Headbangers Ball on the weekends and like come in on a Monday and like talk with us about it. So like he he said to me, he's like, "Hey, did you catch the Headbangers Ball on Saturday night?" I'm like, "Of course, Mr. Mason. I always watch a Headbangers Ball." He says, "I love Queensryche." He says that song "Silent Lucidity" reminds me of Pink Floyd, and I'm like, "That's killer." I said, "Did you watch the whole thing?" He goes, "Yeah, I saw there was a new Napalm Death video on there." He must have been talking about like "Suffer the Children" or something like that. So he like watched it, and he watched it. He was probably like a closet metalhead, but not like too extreme. But he watched it like to connect with us, in the class, and that's what makes for a good teacher. You connect with your students, and that always resonates with me. And I'll never forget that guy. He was a cool teacher, and we rapped about metal and Queensryche and Pink Floyd in his science class, and great stuff, man. This is a great record, man. I really like it a lot. Always have. What else we got? Dr. Living Dead. This is the Demos After Death compilation. It has their first two demos on it, which were Thrash After Death from 2007 and Thrashing the Law from 2008. It's got a CD with bonus tracks on it, which is really cool. So you got both demos on here as well, plus some bonus tracks, some live tracks. There's an Excel cover, The Joke's on You. So I love it when these labels, this is on High Roller Records, by the way. I love it when they do that, man. This way I can stick it in the computer, put the digital on my iPod. You know, I so I got an iPod for all my metal stuff, and then I got one for all my extreme metal. So I got like death metal, black metal, grindcore, all the extreme stuff on here, and then everything else, thrash, straight up metal, power metal, whatever else goes on this one, because I just need that space. But I love it when labels do that. Great job by High Roller Records, man. Everything I get from High Roller is fucking amazing. This is sea blue transparent with white and yellow mustard splatter, limited to 200. This is one of the ones that my wife got for me for Christmas. And I'm a big fan of these guys. It's crossover thrash from Sweden, very similar to like Suicidal Tendencies. I mean, I hate to say they rip off Suicidal Tendencies. They don't rip them off, but it's very suicidal-ish, They wear these skull masks and they wear the suicidal caps with the flipped up, brim and stuff. So really cool, great band. One of my more favorite modern thrash bands for sure. Dr. Living Dead, man. Can't go wrong. These demos will thrash your fucking face off. They're so good. So check them out. How about this one? Abysmal Lord, Bestiary of Immortal Hunger. This is their third full length. They are death black metal from Louisiana. Nasty as fuck record. Now, this came out 2022, I believe, last year. But this was a 2023 reissue on Hell's Headbangers. There were 1,000 of these, 300 red and 700 black. I managed to get one of the red ones. Really good. Raw as fuck. I love the whole feel of this record and what this band brings to the table. It's a two-piece from Louisiana. Here's the red, really nice. So I'm going to keep an eye out for their first two. Like, this is the first record I bought from these guys, and I absolutely love it. So, and this I got on the Hell's Headbangers. Abysmal Lord. Here is the first full length from Infidel Reich, Reichenstein. This was the first full length. They had an EP before this. So they had a self-titled EP in 2017. This is a 2019 full length, first one. And then they had another full length in 2021, New World Outrage, which has not been released on vinyl yet. So death metal from USA, Netherlands, international band. This is one of Vincent Crowley's bands. Absolutely love what this band brings to the table. So you have Vincent Crowley on vocals, Bob Backus on drums, who's like ex-Asphyx. He's also in Siege of Power, which is a band with Chris Reefer from Autopsy. It's like death thrash metal, really good. Tony Brookheis on guitar and McNasty on bass, really good stuff. This is 2019 Helter Skelter. I think that's a Swedish label, and just standard black, but really good stuff. I really love what Infidel Reich does, man. It's just no bullshit, no PC bullshit. Like just telling you like it is. You gotta love that. So, hails to Infidel Reich. Here's a band that I feel like is on every one of my videos that I do because I just keep getting their stuff, and I slowly become one of my favorite bands, and that's Disaster. This is Tyrants of the Netherworld. This is their third full length. It's black thrash from Germany. The original, what came out in year 2000 on Iron Pegasus Records. This is a 2021 reissue picture disc, 100 copies. It's a gatefold, really nice. I love the Disaster stuff. It's goddamn amazing. So nice, sturdy 180-gram picture disc. If you're not familiar with Disaster, man, go grab some early Disaster stuff. You're not going to be disappointed. It's black thrash done right. Really good stuff. Let's go to 1985. The first Hallows Eve record, Tales of Terror. It's like thrash speed metal from Atlanta, Georgia. The original was on Metal Blade, 1985. Raw as fuck record, really hit you hard. The first Hallows Eve record I bought was Death and Insanity, and then I went back and got this one after picking that up as a kid. But I love the old Hallows Eve stuff, man. You can't go wrong with it. This is a 2021 reissue on Metal Blade, 180-gram black, with a poster. So, black vinyl, insert. Grab the poster as well. Tales of Terror. It's got all these band pics on the other side. Yeah, gotta love it. Hallows Eve. Don't sleep on this band, man. Super underrated. But if you're gonna get a couple, I would get this one and Death and Insanity. To me, those are the two best. So, let's go a little hard rock. How about Kicks, Blow My Fuse? Great hard rock record, man. They are from Hagerstown, Maryland. The original came out in 1988 on Atlantic Records. This is a 2023 reissue. It's a combo Atlantic / Friday Music. So, record I always liked. Always had this one as a kid on CD. Finally grabbed the vinyl. It's limited blue. I don't know how many they made of it, but just a solid as fuck hard rock record. Good songs, man. Red Light, Green Light, TNT, Get It While It's Hot. Don't Close Your Eyes was the ballad. They did the video for that. It was on the old Headbangers Ball a lot. Cold Blood, Blow My Fuse, killer record. So we're going from Kicks to Infest Dead. How about that? Satanic Serenades. This is the compilation of Infest Dead's works. It's got the Killing Christ EP from 1996. It's got the Hellfuck record from 1997 and the Jesus Satan record from 1999. And if you're not familiar with Infest Dead, it's death metal from Sweden, kind of like Sweden's Deicide, pretty much. Dan Swano, everybody knows Dan Swano. That this was his project, and actually, who turned me on to this band was Rob and Andy from Morpheus Descends. When I used to go grab stuff from their distro, they turned me on to Infest Dead, and they're like, "Oh, if you like Deicide, you're gonna like this." And they were absolutely right. So great stuff. If you can pick this up, I grabbed this from Osmos in France, but I just seen it this morning on Hell's Headbangers. So get on there and grab the vinyl, man. You're not gonna be disappointed. Don't sleep on Infest Dead. You're gonna love this shit. This is the 2023 issue on Osmos double vinyl. Both vinyls are different. A is a well, vinyl 1 is a transparent blood red with black splatter, and 2 is transparent yellow with black splatter. So really well done. Sound great. Here's the red. And here's the yellow. Infest Dead. You're gonna love it. It's gonna hit you hard, man. You're gonna love it. If you like Deicide, you're gonna love this. I'm telling you. Oh, let's see. Let's talk some Deceased. Supernatural Addiction, their fourth full length. The original came out in 2000 on Relapse. The CD came out on Relapse, and I think the vinyl was on Merciless Records. This is the 2023 reissue from Hell's Headbangers. It's olive bone with black splatter, limited to 700. I love all the Deceased stuff pretty much. They do no wrong in my book. I'm not sure if I like this one more or Fearless Undead Machines. It's kind of like a toss up between those two for me, but I love this one. The Premonition, Dark Chilling Heartbeat, fuck. Ellie's Dementia is on this one. If you're not familiar with Deceased, just go to YouTube and put in Deceased Ellie's Dementia. You're gonna fall in love with that track and this band instantly. It's so fucking good, man. So Deceased, Supernatural Addiction. Let me show you the record. It was olive bone with black splatter. So pretty hot. Let's talk some death/doom metal. Sorrow, Death of Sorrow. They were a death doom band from New York. Now, I always thought they were from like upstate, like Rochester area, but I'm looking at it now and it says they're from New York City. Maybe they're migrated to New York City. I'm not really sure, but I always thought they were from like Rochester or Syracuse. And the reason I know that was because this is one of the first death metal bands I've ever seen live. My first death metal show was way back in 1991. Immolation was touring for Dawn of Possession. They had Sorrow with them, and they had a band called Matricore, which I think was another New York death metal band. But I remember these guys. I remember meeting a couple of the guys, Andy, I forget the other guy's name, but they were a killer band that holds a special place in my heart. One of the first death metal bands I've ever seen live. So like, now they had an EP. This is actually a new release. They had an EP in 1991 called Forgotten Sunrise. They had a full length in 1992 called Hatred and Disgust. Now, these tracks were written supposedly in 1993, and they weren't released until now. So it's really kind of a new release. And really good band, man. Don't sleep on Sorrow. Absolutely killer. I mean, I picked this up on Hell's Headbangers, I think. I don't know if they still have anymore, but this is on Extreme Music, and it's just a standard black vinyl. But great band, man. Check them out. Sorrow. Ooh, how about a little Carnivore? Retaliation. This is the second Carnivore record. I had the first one on vinyl. I didn't have the second one. My wife got this for me for Christmas. The original came out in 1987 on Roadrunner. It's crossover thrash, speed metal from New York City. Only two full lengths, the self-titled and this one. And this was, Peter Steele from Typo Negative. This was his band. Great stuff. Can't go wrong with the Carnivore records. This is a reissue from 2021 on Listenable/FDA Records. It's listed as Neon Orange Clear double. Pretty hot. You can see it. Neon Orange Clear. Carnivore, man. Killer stuff. Classic stuff. What do we got? Let's go to Sweden, talk some death metal. Band called In Pain. The record is called The Thing from the Grave. This is their second full length. They are death metal from Sweden in like the vein of Grave or Dismember or Entombed. They remind me more of Grave than Dismember, but like it's all in that same vein. If you like Swedish death metal, this is going to be right up your alley. It was released digitally in 2022 on South Coast Productions. That's a label out of Sweden. And then it got a vinyl release this past year on To the Death Records, also from Sweden. Really good record, great songs, man. Just go on there on YouTube, In Pain, Witchcraft. There's a track on here called Witchcraft. You're gonna fall in love with this band instantly. Production is great. It's got that Swedish death metal vibe to it. You know, they they play fast. They do these blast beats and then they slow it down to these really groovy parts. You know, really sick. You know, check out In Pain. Now this is blue vinyl, limited to 100 copies, and I think there's a patch in here as well. Here's your blue. This is a little poster. Where's the patch? In Pain. There you go. Alrighty, let's go to Norway. I know this band's been around for a while. I've heard them here or there. It's one of those bands where I trying to get into new stuff, especially black metal, which, you know, I like a lot of black metal, but, you know, I'm not like a black metal aficionado. So I listened to the first Old Man's Child record and I liked it and I bought it. You know, I found it. This was originally released in 1996. It's melodic black metal from Norway. The CD was on Hot Records. The cassette was on Angel of Hell Records, Mystic Productions. Century Media picked it up in 1996. And this is a 2023 reissue on Soul Cellar Records. It says the original cover, silver and purple merge. So it's a record I really dig a lot. I think I'm going to work my way up the Old Man's Child catalog. So I'm going to start with the first one and then graduate to the second one and keep going. But killer band I've slept on for a long time. I think everybody's heard of Old Man's Child. Just a band I never, you know, none of my friends ever listened to Old Man's Child, so I was never really exposed to them. So it's just a matter of me taking the initiative and going out and checking them out. And sure enough, I did. And I like it. So it's listed as silver purple merge. Insert. Killer. Old Man's Child. What else we got? I got a couple more here. Let's go to Exhumed Gore Metal. This is the 25th anniversary edition from Relapse. The original came out in 1998 on Relapse. Death Grind from San Jose, California. Their first full length. I've always had this on CD. I've never had the vinyl. And it was a great time to get it because it's 25th anniversary. So sounds great. And now this was the most common color that they had. I got the slime neon green. Now they had other ones that had like limited numbers to it, but I like the neon green better. So I went with the standard slime neon green one. There were 5,164 copies of these. Like you can get like a more rare one, a rare pressing, another color, but I just like this one better. I just, you know, when I saw it on the site, I'm like, damn, I'm getting the green one because that's just how I'm rolling. But how fucking hot is that, man? Insert. I think originally the original title of this record was supposed to be Gore Fucking Metal, according to the band, but it got switched because, you know, obvious reasons. They wanted to take the profanity out, so it just got called Gore Metal. So Exhumed. Let's go to, we got two more left. Let's go to Mexico. How about a band called Infinitum Obscure? The record is called Sub Atrius Salis. It's their second full length death metal from Mexico. The original came out in 2009 on Deathgasm. I have the CD. But when I saw the vinyl, I'm like, damn, I got to have that on vinyl. It's a dark, strong as fuck record. Now, Sub Atrius Salis means under the dark sky in Latin, in case you were wondering. So this is the 2010 version on Blood Harvest. So it's a gatefold. I think it's standard black. But cool as fuck band, killer record. Check out Infinitum Obscure. You know, you won't be disappointed here. Last but not least, I always throw in an oddball on these pickups that I have. So actually, my wife got me this for Christmas too. This was Prince and the Revolution's Purple Rain. I had the cassette as a kid of this, and the original came out in 1984 on Warner Brothers. It's the soundtrack to the movie Purple Rain, which I do have, believe it or not. This is a 2023 Walmart exclusive picture disc. Really cool. Nice thick picture disc. Prince and the Revolution. Everybody knows, if you watch my videos, I dabble in the 80s here or there. I love that stuff. I grew up listening to that with my mom. My mom was a big 80s pop fan, and I was playing in the house constantly all the time. And I had that cassette as a kid. Like, I had like a little boom box like on a shelf over my bed, where I had like, Purple Rain. I had, Pyromania. I had, fucking Slippery When Wet. All those old cassettes, Quiet Riot, Metal Health, Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. Really good stuff. Ozzy, all the old Ozzy stuff, Blizzard of Oz, Bark at the Moon. So there you have it. That's pretty much just about everything I got for the month of December. I got a couple more, but nothing worth really talking about. So in closing, thank yous to everybody. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on Christmas Day. Actually, it happened. So I want to thank everybody for the support. Everybody who's watching the videos, commenting, liking, subscribing. Really appreciate that a lot. And we're having some fun here. We're talking about records. Thank you to all the other channels for all their support. All great guys, great channels, man. Everybody's supporting each other, and I'm blessed to be a part of this community. And I can't say enough good things about what's going on here, but I love what's going on. Thank you for everybody who's sending questions to therealmsofmetal at gmail.com. I did a Q&A, the first Q&A, maybe last week it was. Answered some questions. That's fun. So if you have any questions for me, I don't care what it's about. It could be about action figures or metal or Godzilla or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Send me movie quotes. I'll respond to the movie quotes. Those are fun. Send them to therealmsofmetal at gmail.com. And Happy New Year to everybody out there, to you and your families. Hope you have a killer 2024. We have some great releases coming in 2024, which I talked about on that Q&A video. So check that out. And again, can't thank you guys enough. Have a killer rest of your day. We'll see you again real soon.